Hello, today I read from the book of Samuel. Yeah, it's a new book from the Bible. I finished Ruth, the book of Ruth, and now it continues with Samuel. Let's start reading. There was a certain man from Ramathaim, a Zuphite, from the hill country of Ephraim, whose name was Elkanah, son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Zuph, an Ephraimite. He had two sons. He had two wives. One was called Hannah, and the other Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had none. Year after year, this man went up from his town to worship and sacrifice to the Lord Almighty at Shiloh. Shiloh, it was the place where the tabernacle was there. Tabernacle, or at least the Ark of Covenant, where Hophni and Phinehas the two sons of Eli were priests to the Lord. Whenever the day came to Elkanah to sacrifice, he would give portions of the meat to his wife Peninnah and to all her sons and daughters. But to Hannah he gave a double portion because he loved her. And the Lord had closed her womb. And because the Lord had closed her womb, her rival kept provoking her in order to irritate her. This went on year after year. Whenever Hannah went up to the house of the Lord, her rival provoked her till she wept and would not eat. Elkanah, her husband, would say to her, "Hannah, why are you weeping? Why don't you eat? Why you are downhearted? Don't I mean more to you than 10 sons?" Once when they had finished eating and drinking in Shiloh, Hannah stood up. Yeah, this chapter is about polygamy, confronting the polygamy. It's not okay to have two wives, two or more. You must have just one to love her with all your heart, and she to love you too. Eating and drinking in Shiloh, Hannah stood up. Now Eli the priest was sitting on a chair by the doorpost of the Lord's temple. In bitterness of soul, Hannah wept much and prayed to the Lord. And she made a vow, saying, "O Lord Almighty, if you will only look upon your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, Then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head. It was because of that thing from the Bible, that you should not razor the head of the boy who is given to the Lord somehow. As she kept on praying to the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was praying in her heart, and her lips were moving, but her voice was not heard. Eli, though she was drunk, and said to her, "How long will you keep on getting drunk? Get rid of your wine." "Not so, my lord," Hannah replied. "I am a woman who is deeply troubled. I have not been drinking wine or beer. I was pouring out my soul to the Lord." Now we must not judge a person by its appearance. Maybe it's not like what it looks like. I mean, I was in the streets by walking, and some people, and I was walking so many kilometers that I couldn't walk normal anymore. I was a bit, I was very tired, but I was still walking and walking and walking, day and night, almost without stopping. I mean, yeah, stopping to sleep or to eat, but then continue. And some people thought that I was drunk, but they didn't know the story in which I was. So, yeah. I was looking into garbage in Germany, and they thought, some of people thought that I am crazy or something like that. But they didn't know that I had nothing to eat, or so less, and I was looking for food or something. So here, like here, it's something like that. "Do not take your servant for a wicked woman. I have been praying here out of my great anguish and grief." Eli answered, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." She said, "May your servant find favor in your eyes." Then she went her away and ate something, and her face was no longer downcast. Early next morning they arose and worshipped before the Lord, and then went back to their home at Ramah. Elkanah lay with Hannah his wife, and the Lord remembered her. So in the course of time Hannah conceived and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, not Samson. Samson was another boy, something like him. She named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." So Samson and Samuel had something in common. They were given to the God before they were born, or something like that, and they had long hair, no razor will ever be used on his head. Well, I never thought that Samuel was something like was like Samson. But Samson had the power to be strong, and Samuel, we will see that he will be a prophet. she named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." So wow, if you are praying too much, if you never give up, God will make something. God can make something for you. Can answer your prayers. When the man Elkanah went up with all his family to offer the annual sacrifice to the Lord and to fulfill his vow, Hannah did not go. She said to her husband, "After the boy is weaned, I will take him and present him before the Lord, and he will live there always." "Do what seems best to you," Elkanah, her husband, told her. "Stay here until you have weaned him. Only make God his word." So the woman stayed at home and nursed her son until she had weaned him. After he was weaned, she took the boy with her, young as he was, along with a 3-year-old bull, and an ephah of flour and a skin of wine, and brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. When they had slaughtered the bull, they brought the boy to Eli, and she said to him, "As surely as you live, my Lord, I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord for his whole life. He will be given over to the Lord." And he worshipped the Lord there. Look, so how much value have the cost of a mother sacrifice and something like that. And you're being born, all the humans, or almost, until now, all the humans are born with the sacrifice of their moms. By giving birth to them, and that is when you have a tear into your eyes, there can be a love, so much love in behind, let's say it's different in different words. If it's something precious and valuable, that means there could be sacrifices too. To get something that have a value, that means sacrifice that someone sacrificed for you, or for this, for that thing. Okay, that was the chapter. Who will be this Samuel? We will see. And what will be his story, and how God will God grant the wish of that mom? She worshipped God, and God gave her a child, and she didn't say, "Oh, okay, I forget about God," and maybe not about God, but about that thing that I promised him, and I will keep it for me. I'll keep him for me, because I love him. He's my child. But now she did as she promised, and if we promise something to the God, we must keep it. Okay, there was a chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too. And if He wants, He will see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.